Thanks, everybody. Yes, as mentioned, I'm Joseph Firth. I'll apologise in advance on both of our behalf for the outrageous Yorkshire accents. It's not something we can help. So, if you can't understand a word of what I'm saying, you can always email me. Fortunately, I'm a lot better at typing than I am at talking, but here we go. So, I'm based at the University of Manchester, where I'm a UKRI research fellow there. Manchester, as you might know, is famous for three separate things, really. Football, of course, which was going great for a while, went downhill for a little while, but now, as of last year, making a little bit of a comeback. We are struggling. Music is another very, front-running place, is Manchester, for all types of music. Again, went downhill for a little while, but now famously making a comeback. And another thing is computer science. Computer science kind of originated at the University of Manchester in some respects, in terms of this is the Manchester Baby, which was the first ever stored program computer developed and built at the University of Manchester. This is actually just a remodeling of it at the museum, but it's a replica. And we also had one of the forerunning father figures of AI in some respects and computer science, Alan Turing. People might recognise this man. Is that somebody that people are familiar with? Yes. He's obviously a real Manchester icon. He's had a huge impact on the city. There's a park dedicated to him at the university. People who might have visited Manchester will see our new computer science and mathematics building, the Turing Institute, which is there. And there's, it's inspired a lot of art and a lot of academia across the whole city. He has a really central theme. And now I'm going to speak a little bit, something that, usually I'm presenting on this type of thing at psychiatry conferences, that being my major field, but I'm just going to give a little example of the digital mental health stuff and how that relates to one of the things that Alan Turing was most famous for. He didn't call it this, but he developed the idea of the Turing test. So is this something, just by show of hands, is this something that people are familiar with? Yeah, okay, great. Right, we're going to do a quick one in the context of mental health. So the idea of the Turing test is a sign of, computer intelligence. Maybe now what we'd refer to as artificial intelligence is when you have the interrogator here, this is Alan, and he's feeding questions to both a machine and a human being. And at the point where the machine becomes indistinguishable from the human being, then you have a good level of computer intelligence. And in this talk, as well as updating you on the evidence around digital health, I'm going to be speaking a lot about the advances in the future in terms of AI in this field. So just to get our minds on that topic, we're going to play, as an audience, a little game of the Turing test. And it's going to be everybody here playing against ChatGTP versus Tyson Fury, another Manchester icon and a famous advocate